Under the searing lights of this massive greenhouse, thousands of cannabis plants are lovingly cultivated. Not for the black market, but for medicine. GW Pharmaceuticals is the leading producer of cannabis-based medicines, in fact the only UK company with a licensed and regulated product being used here and across the world. It's available to MS patients if their doctor deems it necessary.
This is where every one of our medicines really starts. This is a single clone cutting taken from a mother plant.
The chief operating officer here is convinced that legalising the drug for medicinal use will make research easier and ultimately lead to more medicines.
I think the future is really exciting. As well as reducing the stigma, I think what they're going to encourage is a better understanding of cannabis-based medicines. What the reforms are going to do, the changes are going to do is encourage more research, and it's also going to help the medical, I think, community understand much better what's the potential.
Sativex is legal here because it's been robustly tested and has a special licence. New legislation will now allow doctors to prescribe other unlicensed cannabis medicines containing the psychoactive component THC and produced in other countries.
Cannabis-based medicines have been developed all around the world, but only very few have been regulated and approved for use. Specialist doctors here are now going to be asked to prescribe medicines that they know very little about and which have very limited scientific evidence of their benefits.
Consultant Rajesh Munglani, a pain specialist, fears doctors will be inundated with patients wanting new medicines. He says the government's put them in a very difficult position.
There's no evidence, unfortunately, that cannabis actually gives a good quality of life in most of our patients. There'll be, of course, there's one or two people say, oh, it's been really dramatic. But every time we write a prescription, we know that it's 4 times more likely we will harm somebody than help somebody.
Despite that, the government insists doctors are in the best position to make such decisions.
Doctors need to use their clinical judgment, and of course having guidance in place helps, but ultimately the need to treat an individual person and the responsibility for that falls on the shoulders of a doctor. That's what they do.
NHS England has now issued guidelines on prescribing medicinal cannabis. For those in desperate need, the future might just be getting brighter.